Hi all, good morning, good afternoon. Hope you are doing well. So in this class, we will see another interesting workflow automation using N8N. So you have seen in the previous class how we have built our agent, build our workflow automation using cloud N8N. But in this class specifically, we will going to use our local N8N, and using local N8N how we can build one automation workflow, and also we will see how we can use our local LLM instead of using our cloud LLM. Okay, so completely local LLM and local N8N we are going to use, so that there will be no headache at all from the license perspective or token perspective. Okay, so to do this, what you have to do, so I have documented the couple of agenda for you guys so that we will not miss any things. So first of all, there are certain prerequisites you have to complete. Okay, so in this class we are going to build one agent called QA assistant agent, where we are using N8N local version, and also we are going to use the model called Ollama, which will be the completely local. Okay, so to do this, what all are the prerequisites you have to be follow to complete this before we go ahead and design the automation workflow, or you can say the agent. Okay, so first of all, the point number one in the prerequisite, you have to install Ollama. Okay, so how are we going to install Ollama? So you have to search here called Ollama, okay, .com. So once you search Ollama.com in your browser, you will be able to see this Ollama screen, and you have to copy this command. Okay, so this is for the Mac. If you want to go for Windows, then you have to download the Ollama setup, and you can install that on your Windows system. But I'm using Mac here, so I'm just copying this command. Okay, once you copy this command, then the next step is, let me quit all the terminals. I'll start from the fresh one. Then now let me terminate all the terminals. I will go ahead and search the terminal called terminal. Okay, so in this terminal, what I have to do, if I will right click and paste this command. Okay, so this command will help me to install Ollama on my system. Okay, if I will just press enter, it will take few seconds to install the Ollama setup inside my system. So I have already been installed Ollama inside my system. So once your installation is success, then you will able to see your Ollama app will be available here. Okay, so if you go here, search Ollama, okay, you will able to see this icon. So if you just open this Ollama icon, you will see this Ollama Studio Chat Assistant window. Okay, and if you click on this drop down, you can select any of the model you want. So these models are the cloud models. Okay, you can connect to the cloud. Okay, and you can use it. And these models are the local models. You can download it and you can install it and you can use it in your Ollama. Okay, so now the next step is, once your Ollama has installed, what you have to do, you have to, this is all these the steps. Suppose you have completed and you have installed Ollama on your system. Okay, so then the next step is, you have to search the Ollama from your app center or from your Windows start menu. Then you have to open Ollama, then you have to select your right model you want to use it, then you can able to access the Ollama. This is the prerequisite number one. Okay, and next thing is, suppose for example you are not going to use the cloud model, you are going to use the local model. Okay, but these local model, if you select, you have to download it and install it, and you can use it in your Ollama chat assistant. Okay, so how will you going to do this? You have to use this command. Let's assume I want to install this Llama 3. Okay, so similarly, suppose for example you want to install this Gemma 3 or no 4 billion, suppose you want to install. Okay, so you have to use the command called Ollama run then Llama 3, or like Gemma 3 4 billion something, you have to use it. Okay, and execute this command, copy this command and execute this command from your command prompt here. Okay, I'm not going to execute this command because it will take huge amount of time, so you can have a try and let me know. I have already been installed this local models and also I have installed Ollama in my local system. Just you have to paste this and press enter. Okay, so it will going to install the local model in your Ollama. Okay, so let's assume you want to see what all are the list of local models are running under the Ollama. Then you have to just search Ollama list. So if I enter here, you will see these are the local model is currently running in my system. It's called Llama 3. Okay, just I have installed few minutes ago, and Llama 3.2 and GPT 120 billion cloud also. Okay, similarly, so you can install n number of open source local model if you want, based on your memory, based on your system configurations. You can go ahead and install. Okay, so if you see here, Llama 3 is taking 4.7 GB, Llama 3.2 is 2 GB. Okay, this is not specified. Okay, so if you see this one, I've just installed 10 minutes ago. Okay, so this is how you have to install the model. Once you have installed Ollama, then you have to install the model. Then you can list out what all are the models you have installed. If any point of time you feel that it's taking a lot of memory or it's absolute, then you can use this command to remove the model from your system. Correct? So now this is the prerequisite number one, you have to complete it. Okay, so if you are planning to use your local model with Ollama, then this is the prerequisite number one. Okay, so then the next step is what you have to do. Then the next step is make sure that your local N8N has installed successfully. Okay, if it is not installed, or if you are not sure about that how to install local N8N in your system, then please go through my previous video and you will understand how exactly your local N8N to be installed in your system. Okay, so once your local N8N has been installed, then you have to go to browser. Okay, this is my browser and I have to search my local N8N URL. This is my local N8N URL. Just copy this. Okay, so this URL you will get as part of your installation. Okay, so you have to copy this and paste this here. So this is my localhost :5678 home and workflow. Okay, this is my local instance of my N8N. Just press enter. So yes, it will come like this because the port is not running. So how are you going to run the port of the N8N? If you are using a local version, then you have to go to command prompt. Let me open another instance of the command prompt, and or you can say terminal. Then I have to write here called npx N8N. Okay, because this is a node based package or node based setup, so I have installed. So if you are using local version or local version of N8N, then make sure that your N8N port is running up and running. So let me run the port, run the N8N. So if you see here now, my N8N local N8N has started initiating and it started running. This is the number. So if you copy this and paste this, okay, so my N8N will become up here. Okay, this is my local version of N8N. Okay, so this one is also will work now. If you see here, perfect. So next step is your N8N is running in the local. You have run the N8N up and running, and your Ollama is also been installed. Okay, now your model is also installed, your Ollama is installed, and your N8N is running on the local. Now the next step is what you have to do. You have to click on this create workflow, or you directly click on create workflow. So once you click on create workflow, you have to rename this workflow to called QA assistant. Okay, so or else I'll copy the name, it will be easy for understanding. Okay, so I'll just put this name called QA assistant local Ollama. So okay, so I'm building that agent using local N8N, using local Ollama on the local models. Okay, and if you want, you can put a tag here also. I'm using the tag called abbcreation. Now my first step is I have to use a chart input. I want to take the input from the customers. Okay, so I have to use on chart message. Just add this node. Then the next step is I have to use one AI agent. Okay, this is my AI agent. Okay, in this AI agent, I'm going to use one of the model which are local. Okay, so all these models are available. If you see, Anthropic is there, Gemini is there, ChatGPT is there. Okay, Grok is there, Open Router is there. So I'm going to use Ollama chart model. Okay, in this Ollama chart model, okay, So once you have used the Ollama chart model, similarly you have to use your memory also. So you can use one simple memory, that's it, nothing else. Okay, then how this connection is going to happen from your local N8N with your Ollama model? Okay, that is very important, right? So to do this, let me back to my agenda here. So first thing is you have to establish the connection. Establish the connection between my local N8N along with my Ollama chart model or the LLM, you can say, right? So to do this, there are two ways of connection I'm going to show you, but one way will be in cloud in nature, otherwise the local one, but we will be go for preferred one is the local one. Okay, so to do this, first thing is, if you are using your Ollama model by connecting to the cloud, the step would be you have to, let me minimize this. So you have to, what you have to do, you have to first of all, okay, double click this. Okay, then you have to see here, I have created the connection. So if you want to create a new connection, first thing is you have to click on new credential. Okay, in this new credential you have to use, this is the endpoint you have to use. If you are going for now new connection, you have to use this URL called https://ollama.com. Okay, and this one I can say called Ollama Cloud. Okay, and the API key, where you will get the API key, you have to go to Ollama site. Okay, then go to here, profile icon, then go to settings. Okay, then you have to go to keys. Okay, so here you will find the key I have already been added. So similarly, if you want to go for another key, just click on add API key. Then you have to give the API key name. Suppose for example, you can say demo key. Okay, then you can click on generate key. So then you will get the key here. Copy this key back to your N8N, paste this key here. Okay, then you can click on save, so that your connection is established. But make sure that this connection is not local, because we are connecting my agent to Ollama using API key, okay, which is in cloud in nature, right? So this is called Ollama Cloud one. That's why I have written is called Ollama Cloud. Now we'll go ahead and establish the local connection. Okay, although I have already one connection is there for local and not local. Okay, I'll show you how you can create the local one. Just click on create new credential. Okay, and if you want to establish the connection to local, you have to use this default IP address with the port number where my Ollama is running. So if you see here, this is my default IP address and port number where my Ollama is running. API key is not required because I'm not going to use any cloud of Ollama. I'm just simply using my local system Ollama where my Ollama is running. Then I have to click on save. So if you see here, my connection has established, right? Now if you see here, my connection has established, but make sure that your Ollama service is running, or else it will be cause a problem. So how will make sure that your service is running? Just you go to your right click, open a new window. Okay, just here you paste this command, okay, called Ollama serve, enter it. You will see address is already in use. Perfect. So now this is Ollama local. It's called Ollama local. So now my Ollama connection has been established using both cloud and local. Okay, perfect. Now even also keep editing, let me save. Okay, and also next step is what I have to do, I have to select a connection from here. So this is the previous one, which is called Ollama account local, Ollama account not local. Currently we have created this one. Okay, so if you see here, my service is running. Okay, let me check it, it will take some time. If you see, the model started coming here now. These are the model I have been installed. So if you go to my chat window or my terminal, you will see these are the models are running here. Okay, so forget, just leave it this. These are the models running in my local system. Llama 3, Llama 3.2, GPT 120 billion. See, these are the models, local models running. It's not at all connected to cloud at all. Okay, it's just inside my system. So let me go for 120 billion cloud GPT. Anyone you can select. Okay, just I'll go for this, and come out from this. Okay, then the next step is here I have installed Ollama. I have established the connection to my local model from my N8N. Okay, and also the N8N is running on the local. Okay, so everything is local now. So now the next step is I have to copy this prompt because I want to build one QA assistant agent, right? So I have to copy this prompt. This prompt is, you have to go through my previous class how you can write a good prompt, you will be able to understand. Then double click on this, then you have to select here, add the system message, put this message here. That's it. Okay, done. Then you come out from this. Okay, then that's it. So I'll just reiterate what I have done. I have installed, no, I have, using local N8N. Okay, that if you want to know how to install local N8N and use, just go through my previous class. Then make sure that your N8N port number is running. You have to use the command called npx N8N. Okay, then you have to create one workflow or the agent where I'm using the local model called Ollama chart model. Inside this I'm using local models. So to use the local model you have to establish the connection. So I have showcased two ways of connection. One is called how you can connect to Ollama cloud and connecting it, and other way we have seen how you can completely use the local model which are available inside your system. That's it. Then I have just used a simple memory. I have passed the prompt because I'm building one QA agent which will help you to give the answer only related to QA related questions. So I have given the prompt, I have given the restrictions. That's it. So then now the time to test the entire workflow we have been designed, and also you have also seen how you can install the local models, right? So these are the command you have to use. So one is called, suppose you want to install a local model, you have to use Ollama run, then model name. If you want to list out the list of models, you can remove it. You can run the port number of the Ollama. Okay, that for that you have to use Ollama sub. Okay, so then your Ollama, no, your port number for the local model and the Ollama will be up and running if you use Ollama sub. Okay, now if you open this chart and I'll say hi, let's see how it's responding. So if you write hi, so it's saying that hi. Okay, this is a QA questions. Okay, you just say hi, this is not a QA question. Yes, I know. So according to the policy, must respond with the refusal QA and the QA export, blah blah blah, all these things. Okay, so if I'll ask now, what is a test plan and can you share test plan, share a test plan template. Let's see how it's responding. Okay, so I have asked what is a test plan and can you share the test plan template. So it's going now start writing, connecting to the agent is connecting to the local model of Ollama, then trying to respond back. And if you go to the simple memory, it's also memorizing the thing whatever the questions have been asked to the agent. Okay, now Ollama is evaluating. Let's see, will it able to give the result, the local LLM. Yes, successfully the execution is completed. If you see, all the green ticks are coming here. Okay, and if you go here, okay, so it's giving the answer here. So you can see in detail he has given purpose, descriptions, objective, test approach, all these things is giving here, right? All this thing is giving here now. So if you see here, it's detail out the test case project template, everything is detail out here. Okay, and if I'll ask what is this is the one happy path. If I'll ask the negative path, what the response is getting. Okay, what is the capital of India? Will it able to give the answer? What is the capital of India? See what is responding. User ask what is the user asked about the capital of India. Okay, not QA, must refuse. Okay, this is prescribed, no, prescribed response. Exactly, I am not a QA, I am a testing expert. I can only help with the questions related to quality assurance, software testing, and test automations. Please ask me a question related to QA. I can happy to help. It's perfectly working fine. Okay, So that's it for today. So I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, never stop learning. So this is how we can use our local N8N. We can use our local model instead of depend on the cloud model where the license is involved, where the cost is involved. We can do our learning using the local models and local N8N. Okay. So thank you so much. Bye bye.